To all the women in South Africa, we hope you enjoyed National Women's Day yesterday and continue to enjoy the rest of this month. We're coming to you from Gallagher Estate on this occasion of Decorex SA 2013. Welcome to the ART Bulletin. For over 1 decade, a Johannesburg garage held a remarkable secret, an archive of over 1,000 photographic negatives produced between 1972 and 1984. A selection of 80 of these images are shown publicly for the first time in an exhibition ending on the 22nd of this month.
There's two reasons for the photos I've chosen. One is I think the ones I've chosen are visually have an enormous impact. They're really very well constructed. Aesthetically, I find them incredibly interesting. But then I also wanted to choose ones that document certain kinds of phenomena. I don't think that's ever been shown before. I mean, when you think about the images that we have from that time period, they're mainly images of the struggle. You know, they're images that have a political context to them and so on. And here you've got these photos in the quiet of the studio where people could really decide how they wanted to present themselves.
Tim Pluman brings to life a one-man satire through The Last Moustache. The production takes us back to a time when Adolf Hitler was assassinated in 1945 with flair and ease.
What we discover in the play is that Hitler is not really Hitler. He's actually this actor who's been forced at gunpoint to play the part of the Führer because for various reasons, and he's slowly going mad in a very funny way. So it's a huge piece of theatre to do. It's very funny. But it's very moving, and it's tragedy. It's everything that you expect from a really good piece of theatre.
The Market Photo Workshops 2012-2013 Tieni Fellow Lebogang Kganye opened her solo exhibition in Newtown on Wednesday. In the collection of photographs titled Kilefalaka, which means it's my inheritance, Kganye explores her family history.
Kilefalaka is an exhibition about my family history. I thought it was important because I was tracing back where my family is from and how we ended up here in the city, like most black families. So it's in a way a typical South African story. I had to also be creative in terms of how I explore the history because I traveled around South Africa trying to locate where my family is actually from. And I discovered that they have quite a lot of family archives, being photographs of the family. So I wanted to incorporate that.
Every year, the Joy of Jazz Music Festival honors individuals whose contribution to jazz and the music industry is nothing less than remarkable. Today, the jazz honors will go to 5 women who include Dorothy Masuku and Thandi Klassen. Here's Festival Director Peter Tladi with more.
We are awarding what I call the divas, the ladies of jazz who have helped with their voices to develop what we have today. Thandi Klassen, Abigail Kupega, I was Dorothy Masuka, Satima B, and Sylvia Mtunyelo, the diva from Cape Town. These ladies, we want their sound, their music, their faces to be with the young people, to know them, that they're there. But most importantly, we want young musicians to sing their songs, which will happen tonight.
They are known as the world's best athletic circus acts who perform near impossible stunts. The Cirque de la Symphony will perform alongside the Johannesburg Philharmonic Orchestra at Monte Cassino's Theatre next Saturday.
Cirque de la Symphony was formed to bring the magic of Cirque to the concert hall. Promoter Charles van Heiningen says Joburg audiences will get to experience world-class aerial flyers, acrobats, dancers, jugglers, balancers and strongmen, including world record holders, gold medal winners of international competitions and Olympians, all performing mesmerizing routines which have been carefully choreographed to both draw from and enhance classical masterpieces and popular contemporary music. Van Heiningen says Cirque de la Symphony is the show theatre goers are raving about across the globe.
Blessing Ngobeni is one of the country's leading site-specific artists who descend on Plattenberg Bay today for the 2nd International Land Art Biennale. There'll also be workshops from places like KwaNobuthula, which is part of the region.
What we decided to do is get a whole lot of artists to Plettenberg Bay It would help the tourism industry in that area off-season, because it's been pretty hard in the last few years. And together with the municipality, we put on this Biennale every 2 years. That's why it's a Biennale. And invite international artists and the top South African artists to come and do land art. And land art is wonderful. It combines communities, it combines art with nature, and it creates a total awareness of what is happening in nature. It inspires people to look at nature in a different way.
I feel as if I should showcase what I know, as an artist, being that in that island and see what can I use to create art out of the nature. It's like getting back to connect with the nature, moving away from the city, from Joburg where I stay, where it's very difficult to have that sense of praise, So I think I'm gonna be guided by what I'm gonna have and what I'm gonna see as something that I can create an artwork from.
International violinist Joanna Westers, together with pianist and Marshall, will belt out their amazing sounds in different venues around Johannesburg this weekend. The pair will also conduct workshops and masterclasses in Mamelodi and Jozi.
We're basically a classical duo, so playing lots of sonatas for piano and violin, and some very exciting things as well, like a gypsy piece, so some virtuoso pieces, but lots of entertainment as well. Joanna and I met 7 years ago when we were both students in London, and it was, I think, probably quite scary for both of us, and we just instantly clicked when we started playing together. And there's been gaps in our musical career as well. We've been busy with other things, but we always just seem to be able to get back together, and it's like we've not stopped at all. We can just get straight back into it and play together. So I don't know, I think it's just a musical connection that we have.
From Decorex SA 2013, taking place at Gallagher Estate in Midrand. That's how we come to the end of today's Art Bulletin. Do keep in touch with us. Our email address is morninglive@sabc.co.za. Our Facebook page address is The Art Bulletin, and in brackets, Morning Live. Our Twitter handle is simply @The Art Bulletin. Until tomorrow morning, it's a goodbye from us.